Okay, that should be everything all set up. Hello, hello. It is time to begin. Okay, you can do enough unique posing, bro. Short. Tail. I'm just gonna use the base model I use for my normal character. Ah yes, Green Hroth, let's go. I'm just gonna leave him Snow White. I'm gonna leave him that shit white. Is this the hair I want, or is this the hair I want? I'm gonna do it this one. I'm just gonna leave it the base pattern. Jaw's fine, eye shape's fine. My normal blue and orange. I think everything's good. The Vinci. It's not the tree, it's the Vinci. Random months. Third one, random day. I misclicked. We always go for Thaliak though. Because we are scholars. Do I just go for the normal? Yeah, I'm gonna just go for my normal. We got Da Vinci, Stolen Star. This is not. Oh, that's sad. I'll just go with Behemoth, I guess. This sucks, but you know. Damn. We're getting blocked by the Q, brothers! Not the Q! I'm probably just gonna cut down all of the random fluff that this is and just start with the opener, I think, here. Hello, Draco.
Here. Here.
Yeah. Feel.
Here. Feel.
Feel. Think. I don't remember any of this. I literally don't remember any of this. I swear to God, ARR is a fever dream. Oi, you alright, lad? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets beside. Rolling of the ship got your stomach churning, has it? What accent would that be? Don't reckon like seasickness that I look at you. It'll be the aether then, I reckon. Some are more sensitive to the stuff than others. See, and we ain't too far from Vilbrand now, which is chock full of aetherites. No need to fret though. You'll soon get used to it. Might as well have been the bloomin' seasickness. Ship sleeping around like a demented chocobo today. Fuck, what did I miss? Limbs and Laments still is a fair way off, in case you were wondering, seeing as you're awake and all. How's about you keep me company till we get there? Them youngins don't care much for don't much care for conversation, see? Oh my god, it's them. Any roads, any road, Brennan's the name, and Pedlin's me trade. I can't read these lines and not, like, default into, like, a weird accent. Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lad, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you are one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? Am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? I'm gonna say to win glory. Glory, eh? Well, if you're willing to take on them tasks as other folk ain't, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame what coin can't buy. When you arrive in town, you'll want to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find out everything you need to know about the adventuring business in there. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Not the pirates. Wah! Wah! Ship's off to the starboard bow. Pirate colors. Pirates. Bloody hills. Have you no sense? Get below. What is the world coming to? Pirates firing on a ship, flying lamenting colors. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or bugger all for brains. You can rest easy, friends. We've made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneer's bark will catch this flighty tempest once the wind's in her sails. That was too bleeding close. Glad one of us kept his head on his shoulders. I reckon I'd have lost mine otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we must be close to the port. Let's head up on deck and have us a look, shall we? By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa? No. Thought not, but I'll wager there have been some changes since your last visit. Allowed a journeyed itinerant to apprise you of the current state of affairs. Ahem. Limsa prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost naval power. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You never guessed she was once a rum-swollen buccaneer herself. Heh. Of course, most folk ain't so quick to change, and with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with, like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sahagin are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbacks, in case you didn't know. Ah, at long last. Land ho. Land ho! Behold, Limsa Liminza, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved of the Limlayan. It's Limlayan, goddess of navigation.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm, amidst the roiling waves of the Rotano Sea, lies the maritime city-state of Limsa Lominsa. To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer. Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Lim Lane.
Lim Lane. Okay, it's Lim Lane.
What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
Oh shit, I just haven't been reading. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on his life's voyage. Till sea swallows all.
Final Fantasy 14. Hey! You there! Oh, not that. This. I mean you. This is my district, and I make it my business to know all the scum that washes up in it. Rude. Ah, an adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Limsa Minsa's finest to set you on the right path. Hop to it, lad, I ain't got all day. Don't judge me. Welcome to Limsa Minsa, a bustling city filled with scoundrels, brigands, the rough-cut diamond of the Rotano Sea. Please connect to social stream, mouse and keyboard. Oh god, this looks... I'm gonna have to do some serious changing. God, everything is so huge in my head. Oh, he's most certainly judging me. Between this stream and next, I will probably adjust my head just to look good. Now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but the adventurers are required to register their presence in the city, and without a bit of looking large, you're likely to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Wench and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. It's not far, just head straight down the street and speak with Griffar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift, and that'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Batteron. He's the proprietor of the wench. He might curse like an ale-sodden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along and may the navigator guide you on your journey. I'm not here to give you all tutorials. I'm just here to be fast. What do you mean I can't sprint yet? What is this? Welcome to Limsa Minsa. If you've got a mind to visit the Drowning Wench, the Crow's Lift will take you there. Collecting rewards. Ah, yes, we love pixelated book. Just like we love polygonal grapes. Greetings to you, lad. What'll it be? Aye, but you ain't here for drink, are you? You've come with a mind to try and to try your end. Oh my God, this man speaks. Mind to try your and at venturing, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. The name's Batteron, and this most hospitable of hostilities is the Drowning Wench. I can't do that with an accent. The man speaks in riddles. 'Tis also the home of the Venturins Guild here in Limsa. That's why we've got a desk specially for Andalin guild business, and why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Venturers have a knack for finding trouble, you see. Not that they need to look for it in these parts, on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish the job. Oh, no one knows what they're planning, of course, but if they're planning anything, you can sure be sure it's to kill the lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again and you'll see a people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them? After everything's been that's happening. Eorzea took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only things what got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice damned bastard of a dragon. It took our bleeding memories too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way as making an ounce of sense. None of the folks what saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. 'Tis all foggy, like the recollections from an hard night on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear for the future if they can't rightly recall the past. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's the group of adventurers what laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. Well, I say remember, the truth is, though we ain't forgetting what they did, for us, this goddamn calamity spawned memory loss robbed us of their names. It won't even let us picture their damn faces. Till like staring at a gull flying in front of the sun, all you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare. And that's how every bugger describes it. By the way, give or take it, the odd gull. It's this what's got people calling these eras the Warriors of Light. If Limsa ever going to put this time of darkness behind it, it's gonna need venturers to help banish the fear. It's gonna need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them, and that's why any aid we can give to an adventurer is well spent. What say ye, lad? You willing to lend us your strength? Are you willing to lend me English classes? Because I can't fucking speak to you. Me thanks to ya, and to the navigator and all. I knew she'd steer you my way for a reason. Aye, but listen to me, yattering on like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis high time we got your mark in me book. Put your scrawl right there. Da Vinci Stolen Star, is it? Ah, a fine name it is. Congratulations, you're now an upstanding members of the Venturers Guild. You there, adventurer, you sailed on the last ferry, did you not? Captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your descriptions went out of the deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friends signals, were you? Now, hold on here just a moment, officer. You got the wrong bloke. This fine, upstanding young gent is my dear departed grandma's sister's niece, cousin's closest companion. Lad wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with such unsavory elements. Is that right? Ahem. You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. Aye, ye make good point there, officer. And very good point. Very wise. Ye needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times. Me and two more other than not. Now, sir, what say ye to a tankard of me finest ale before you return to your duties, eh? Not a watered-down cup of piss like last time, I should hope. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Merthor, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying out to be sat on, so kick off them heavy boots, eh? You have to excuse these eager bloody yellow jackets. There's been a kidnapping, see, and they ain't got a clue who's behind them. Naturally, they've been taken to clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means adventurers and visitors and pretty much every bugger ills in this town. I love that they had to do one more thing just for town. Don't take it personal, though. Us Laminsons can be headstrong bunch of bastards, 'tis true, but given time, we'll grow on ya. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, welcome to Limsa Laminza, where the sea's as green as the faces of me patrons after a few too many Black Belly whiskeys. Now take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get started with learning ye the ways of the city. You know, I can already barely speak as is. This man is really putting me to the test. This concludes the introductory game tutorial using the first step. Blah, blah, blah. No one cares. Right then, let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks that will help you get used to life here in Laminsa. Firstly, if you head down the Floyd and point your choice to the west, you'll get to an eye full of golden crystal in the middle of the courtyard. That's an aetheryte adventure what can move you from place to place another in a blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an aetheryte where you go, of course. Have a chat with the yellow jackets on guard down there. You'll be treated to a lecture on how to work the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Sound, it needs to sound. It won't work till you have. Second on the list is the marketplace. You'll find weapons, armor, and all you adventuring bits for sale in that district. What lies beyond the aetheryte. Don't go throwing around your guild just yet, though, or you'll get fleeced quicker. Can say, "Where's me coin burst so light?" Have a word with Swoll's Blood instead. He's the head of the Merchants League, by the way. Give him this old octant and he'll treat you well. For last of me helpful hints, I suggest you meet some fellow spellslingers at the Arcanist Guild. I guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for your tome if you decide to join their crew. Mary at the front desk is one of them to get you started. Got all that? See into the 3 tasks. I'll take them on a little jaunt around the city and help you work out everything is. Now I've been getting on. Run along, eh? Bugger it, there I go. Sending you off without telling you some crucial. That bloody calamity made a bright mess of me memory, I swear. Well, that or the ale, any road, while you're out, if you happen to pass any poor sods what look like they might need your help, consider giving them their tale of a listener. Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interesting opportunities can be looking out there, just waiting for you to stumble on them. For example, Nina over yonder been casting glances at you since you waltzed in. Why not lend him an ear and see what you got to say? Yourself. Yes, hello, Riker. I'm indeed streaming. You're like to find yourself running odd errands in the beginning, but once you build up a reputation as a man focused on trust, the jobs will get harder and the rewards more generous. If you the time, I'd also seek advice of the smith or you're in the wench. The lads as bear that title have some fine advice for them, but are just starting out in the profession. And that, lad, is how you go about becoming a lynching among adventurers. God damn, this man speaks too much. So even drowning once, you must accept the quest, making a name by speaking to. Passing through saw a bunch of herbs scattered on the ground. Now I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market wares known as dream flowers. Limsa Lamens is a busy port, and not all the merchant that below and across the strait are above the board, if you know what I mean. How'd the plants end up in the mizzenmast? Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Gonrail, and she'll get you down to the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs and take them to Keyboard Smash at the Octant. Being a worldly captain, he knows about a thing or two about such shady goods. Oh my god. You know, I'm gonna do some quick HUD changes. The fact this starts out as 140 is weird decision. I can see too many names. Why are they still showing up? I don't want to see the pets' names. I got 5 mail. Ah, another novice adventurer. A Batteran has sent me more than a few of your kind way of this late. I am Sudhimbal, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common teleportation spells, make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of Aether. And as these devices are found in every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and tune himself to each one. Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for a present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about the Aetherites or teleportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. Return learned. I walked by these and no one told me. What the heck? I was most certainly not paying attention. Okay. They're just lavender. I may do, if I'm crazy enough, I might do a side quests of Eorzea and do them all. We'll see. We'll see how sane I am. A fine morning to you, sir. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of a wanderers born from all four corners of the world. Pray browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from oogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, such as I would love to elaborate upon the unrivaled quality of our merchandise. I must send to some cargo, but recently arrived at the docks. Oh, you bear a gift from Badarin? Badarin? How do you say his name? Badarin? Badarin. 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 Whatever you could. Ah, my octet. By the navigator. I must have left it behind in the winch, along with a week's pay and several bells worth of intoxicated memories. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid, and what better recompense than the knowledge of a master merchant? It is simple and sturdy adventuring gear you seek. You need look no further than east and west arms of Hawker Alley. Lest you doubt, each gil you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying that Hawker's Alley boasts stalls specializing in tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all of your potions and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant stores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered by each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well in your purse is light or your time is short. But verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has been the surest teacher. If not the kindest, I invite you to explore the market. Now I sprint. What's the first book you get? Oh, it just has lines. I forgot. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It is here we research and develop the field of arcanima. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. But if I'm not mistaken, you already possess some rudimentary understanding of the craft. Shall I deepen your knowledge of our history as well? The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to the esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these folks that first discovered the method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formulae were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allow a practitioner to weave aether into specific magical effects. The mages who invoke in this new form of magic become known as arcanists, and the school of Arcanima was born. Many such mages wishing to expand their understanding of the world took to the seas abroad of trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa, Arcanists found themselves welcomed into the academic elite and soon secured positions in the realm and governance of the world. Their knowledge of an alchemist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple, such as Admiral Merylweb, counting several wielders of arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to an eventual extinction of the art. So the Admiral expressed orders, and then Fish Arcanist Guild was established, and the funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you would continue your study of this challenging discipline, then I must insist you indicate your commitment to joining our guild. I will. Your sound judgment is commended. Now standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster as a human intention in person. Due to the extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Therefore, you must speak with Mr. Thib Keyboard Smash. She has shouldered full responsibility of the guild's leadership in the interim. You'll find her just over there by the bookshelves. You needn't be shy. She is nice. I assume. I have no idea what they said. Ah, yes, I am Keyboard Smash. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Mary has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of the art's origins. Allow me then to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energy of aether, and the evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, the manner of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary. Even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle, these principles take precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An arcanist is measured by his ability to calmly analyze a situation from moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanum will test your mental facilities to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through a predicament after predicament? Yes. Are you prepared to do the easiest job in this game? Are you? Are you prepared to click your Legos? Are you? An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. In Loan Lenosia, you will find, among other things, 3 species of pest: Orphrats, little ladybugs, and Aurelie. I ask you to employ your skills in Arcanum to eradicate these 3 types of creatures. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate. You will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your buddy allies undue difficulty. Once you return from completing your preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. I don't need this. Hi, there you are, Da Vinci. Enjoy your jaunt around the city, did you? I mean, if you mean to base yourself in Limsa Laminza, then that won't be the last time you'll visit them 3 places, and now you've got some idea of what's where. You can start exploring the rest of the town. You showed a good ear for listening, lad. Stick with old Batteren and you'll go far. Forget what you can get at this level. Rune 3. I need to do a quest. I'm gonna do this quest. Okay. The stream has been going on for about an hour now. And where are we? Oh, I need to fucking switch my camera system. Okay, there we go. Level 4. Woo, let's go. Do I get any AoEs at this level? Oh, outburst. I don't get that till level 26 though. This is about Summerford and the restore, or what's the word? Reformed pirates. I see the creatures beyond the city wall pose you little threat. It is with great pleasure that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forward, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays into the wilderness, keep the pages of your grimoire turning. There is no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience, and to commemorate this occasion, I gift you with this hunting log. I hate that you get this after the enemies instead of getting it before, so you can mark it off with the hunting log, so you don't have to kill these enemies again like that. The enemies marked within these pages have been specifically chosen to challenge your abilities in Arcanum. Okay, I need to sneeze. When you devise a new strategy or tactic, you are now ready to have a ready source of opponents to test in which to test it on. And when you feel you can command Carbuncle as easily as you might move your own limbs, return to me for no further infection. I will be waiting. Upon reaching level 5. Okay. I will not, I won't be touching any other classes while I'm doing this. It's going to be pretty much Scholar exclusive. But afterwards, I might just do all that stuff on stream and learn the classes. I hate that this is a hat that you get and it still doesn't work on Rothgar. It's so weird. Teleport learned. I will say the music is really nice in ARR. It's very relaxing. Oh, you must be the adventurer Bodarin promised to send along. Da Vinci Stolen Star, wasn't it? You honored his word, so that's a good start. I am Stalrin, the old bastard as Bodarin probably described me, and this here is my humble orchard. A good number of the lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employ these scragged, well, they used to be crew of my pirate ship. But the calamity did for our ship like it did so many others, and I was sore wounded to the bargain. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and Admiral Meredith's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers working the field seemed too fine an offer to refuse. Well, it turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took the soil, you see. And unfortunately, the botanists I called to train them have been wringing their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I needed a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. Oh, damn. Wow, I actually got... Damn, I got that already? That's crazy. Okay. Quick hotbar setup. Or, yeah, I'll do that. Oven carbuncle up here. Do this. Yeah, like that. Use other grumware. Pirates don't care to parley with dandies, you understand. It might well be that one here have traded in their cutlasses for coulters, but they're still rogues at heart. I know a solid set of gear when I see it. Come back when you think you're more suitably equipped. Equip your head, body, hands, legs here with... Apologies while I set some stuff up. Okay, there we go. I can see now. I don't need this. Unfortunately, because getting gear at this stage is really fucking weird. I am indeed getting a loan. Because unfortunately, getting gear has to be this weird process in which I don't really want to have to do the side quests that much to just get gear. Oh, there he is. Give me the money, give me the money, give me the money. This guy is broke. Shut up. cheating, I see. Don't. It's not cheating. It's using my resources and friends to my advantage. That's a lot more than I needed, Draco, but thank you. It's not cheating, I swear. What do you mean give it back? I already there. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. Oh, okay. Well, fine. I only needed like 100k at most. Here, take it back. A small loan of 350k. This is yeah. I understand the humor, trust me. Oh my god, not the can't live someone into place. I love a small loan of 350k. Isn't that how all the players start in Final Fantasy XIV? With small loans of 150k. 350k, my bad. Twenty 28.8% interest rate, 4% APR. You're crazy. Did you not take the money back? I thought I traded you back the money. Okay. If you... It's not... I can just give you back money from my main. Earnswell Buccaneers are an ordinary lot. They rage in love for the sea and care little for the laws of the land, but they respect strength, and by the looks of you, I'd say you'll have little trouble getting their attention. Not the favor at a later date. Sullen Star, that aura of continence tells me you've not been idle since last we met. I hope Aviad you're right, or alright, for I have a task that requires the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Good to hear, then I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard rumors of the abductions. Citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsila as if plucked from the face of Heidelin, boots and all, by the unseen hand. And what's this got to do with Summerford Fard, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of bright, unsavory fellows with azure-tattooed faces have been creeping up to the edges of the field and spying on me. Yalman? Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that they're kidnappers of the rumor come for their hides. Needless to say, they're besides themselves with worry, and their work's been suffering for it, which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs, just a struggle to get them to leave farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? Good lad, the sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a workland farm again. I suggest you begin by having a look around, see Song Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful though, Solon Star. I couldn't say for sure what matter of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, alright? The ominous Ozma in the sky. I don't know. Fates. Yes, fates exist. I know. I love that I have to receive every tutorial in the game again. It's so good. Where is it? Oh, it's not here. You are about to enter an instant battle. Instant battles only occur during certain requests. Take a moment to read the following information displayed in the active help window. Blah, 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 blah. I already know.
I am the way. I am the evening stars.
Oh.
I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die.
Not the voice acting.
Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone.
Oh my, who could this be? I don't know this woman. Who is she?
Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark. Or perhaps not.
You're right. She is indeed a cultured conjurer.
As I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked. But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Does anyone remember the setting that turns off that notification every time your button isn't ready? Because I don't. Because I would like to turn that setting off. What's this? On the ground. A small blue crystal, it seems.
Hear, feel, think.
I am indeed hearing. I am indeed feeling. I am indeed thinking. Well, maybe not the last one.
Crystal bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Awake again? Are we? Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back. I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion, piratical being the most probable. In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether? I beg your pardon. A towering crystal. I'm sure I don't... Oh! Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation.
What do you mean, who is this guy?
In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business. The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
You said character config, log Windows settings. Bunwell? General. Okay. Okay. I did what I needed to. Let's go. A blade pulled from the back of the creature you slew in the cave, eh? I'd agree that such knife would be part of any seafaring man's kit. I'm starting to think that these ruffians are pirates come to lure my farmhands back to the life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a maddened gubu on you. Aye, the pirates have been added to their numbers of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. You met someone else at the grotto, a woman with a strange contraption. Ah, you stole her. She's been in Limsa Lominsa for a good while now. Her studies of the Aether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers, you may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yeomen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate past. The temptations to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my thanks, Soul and Star. If it weren't for the efforts of the stalwart adventurers like you, the farm would be in a far worse state than it is. Just you keep on leading your talents into those in need. Help bring Limsa to the brighter future she deserves. Oh, I got Adel. Cool. The sea sloth Severin and his lot never around when there's work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Stelwyn would like a word, and don't take no for an answer. Rowan, how am I supposed to work on an empty stomach? Go on, have a guess at what I had for breakfast. What? Good, how'd you know? It's my breath, ain't it? It probably smells as wooden as the food tasted, but I know why you're here, Sigh. I'd just as soon get some real food in me, but I ain't no one to reject a summons from the captain. Work, ha, can't work when me hands are full lifting this mug. You know I'd wager me last gill you'd never guess what I'm drinking. Well, you're right about the swell part. I reckon it might be worth a day of work doing stalwart's chores. It will afford me a taste of proper grog. Is this guy preparing for splits? I am not, yes, no, sort of. I want to re-experience the story before Dawn Trail comes out, which is the main reason I'm doing this. Having a alt to split clear with is just a side thing. Plus, I need an alt to do side grind as well. What a nerd. Okay, Riker, you of all people should not be talking. Axes were made for splitting skulls, not stumps. You know what I did in my Stalin days? Oh. You bet your beard I did. Those were the days, Sigh. I reckon now I'll be satisfied. I'll have to be satisfied taking my axes to trees. All I can say, Riker, is at least I'm not as bad as Mia. So Stalwart sent you, and what do you reckon I say to that? Damn right. Didn't get where I am taking gruff from any glorified gardeners, but I suppose I could see what he wants to get him off my back. I'm Severin, the old man's errand boy now. Tell my dear old captain to not wet his britches, I'll be along. Oh, and just so we're clear, I don't care for landlubbers. Go find the chocobo you rode in on and ride on out. I resummon. You continue to impress, lad, but Severin are accounted for. It's no fault of yours, he squirmed out. I'll let that worm wriggle through my fingers more times than I could count. But rest assured, the next time I see him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt where all such worms belong. God damn! Pains me to say, but all the gil in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some like you who can be trusted, but then are others. Until now, I had no choice but to rely on the charlatan Severin, even though I am fully aware he's been doing some shady deals behind my back. More than once, I've heard tale of improper trading with goblins. I wouldn't be the least surprised if that were happening right now. Not a bell ago, a sack of oranges vanished, as did Severin. I want you to find and confront the bastard for me. I'm not sure the wrong thing to do, so be sure to doubt anything that's coming out of his mouth. Bro, when do I get my account-wide mounts? What's this now? Stalrun sent you for the oranges, huh? So the old bugger had known all the time? Ugh, what does it matter anyway? Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventuring type, right? Go rescue me mates from these double-dealing goblins. They're over yonder by the bonfire. Oh, lost light. Severin sent you? Ha, the way he flew out of here, I'm sure he told us down the river. I owe you one. Would have gotten away myself if not for Severin shoving me aside. If you hadn't come, my dodo would have been cooked. Cooked dodo. Of course, the Lullafell is hungry. You saved me, mates, and for that I owe you. I suppose I should be ashamed I ain't cleaned up my own mess. But a pirate knows no shames. I've no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only giving you this sack because I like the cut of your jib. Take it to Osine and send him my regards. Oh, this isn't... Oh, right. They haven't added carrying as a function yet. What have we here? A delivery from Summerford Farms as scheduled. Here's the first time for everything. Well, look at that. Not a single one missing either. About the only things not here are those bagmen. I don't miss them one bit. Here's Stalwart's payment in full. With you, I can trust it'll reach him. Time to go spend that money at the pub. Back in one piece, that's a relief. How did you fare? This is what I was aiming for. Looks to be all I was owed. Alright, though, I'd be telling you false if I had claimed I had not held out more hope for Severin. I was even willing to overlook the skimming off the top, but to sell us all short in favor of those godforsaken goblins, You do well to mind yourself around that two-gill cheat. If he'd leave his own mates for dead, there's no telling what he'd do to you. Blast, at this rate the crops will never be ready for harvest. If only I had black loam, just a bit could send our stock soaring. I'll bet Rotwind know where you can find some. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchard. That Gurkant's got a head of cabbage if he thinks I'm fetching him any black loam. But if you dare to pinch some from the cookpot, then be my guest. Just mind that you don't get trampled by the Uruk that dwells there. Once you've 3 bushels worth, take the black loam to Prewall at Tiller's Rest. He'll know what to do. I remember the day. I remember ARR. It's only fucking random jump running around until like level 25 or something like that. Actually, wait, hold up. Oh, he has Rampart. Oh, that's funny. Why its auto default set to control is a mystery to me. I don't have time for you. Did he seriously click Rampart and run away? That's really funny. Or even the weeds wither and die in this desolate dirt. But a bit of this black loam ought to change all that. I haven't seen any in ages. Gathering black loam's not for the weak of will, nor the weak of stomach. Eh ha. Oh, don't tell me that Gura and Rotwind neglected to mention where black loam comes from. Well, surely you figured it out on your own with the cloying stench. It comes from the Auroch's lair, of all places. Well, why dwell on who misled whom about what? What matters is that your efforts have brought us the black loam. We can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. Oh. Damn, I'm getting things. I got many a button. Confounded pirates. They know nothing of tillin' or only killin', stealing our shovels to melt and forge into axes of all things. They're biting the hand that feeds the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs lessons in obedience myself if I hadn't sworn to Stalrun that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring back our farm tools and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown. I wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. Good to see the tools are back and in serviceable condition, which will be more than what we can say of Severin when we get hands on them. That wretch likely had a role in the theft. Spied him meeting the pirates in secret I did. I couldn't care less if the wastrel wouldn't work, but when he contorts with the cut purses that took her tools away, he'd cross the line. Stalwart ought to know what sort of scallywag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you? Oh, never mind. Pirates making off with our tools. Prifwald didn't not take matters into his own hands. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. But I'd be damned if Severin thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished. I've come to expect a great deal from you, lad, and you've never once let me down. Yet, what I'd ask of you now goes beyond what I've asked before. Would you hear my plea all the same? It eases my mind to have your ear. You're no doubt familiar with the scoundrel Severin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came for him, he's been skulking about in that matter he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damning, but when I last had words with him, he didn't look defiant as much as hunted. I can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag him back here before it's too late. That ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me of my younger self. Suffice it to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I'd try asking Grinwood at the Aetheryte. She was the last one to see him. I dare she'll be able to help tell you where he was heading. Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble set out for Woad Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sods, I said I should join them. I told them I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was that had pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure to give them a cuff round the ear from me, will ya? Where the frick are they? They're all the way over there. Here we go. We run. Oh, of all the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds this slippery bastard's done. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink only to lead us straight into a bloody trap. It doesn't get no lower than that. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Severin, so I was ready, but the others weren't so lucky. You've got to help them. My axe may as well been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better, or the sorry bastards are done for. Severin might have gotten us into this mess, but I ain't about to leave him. Let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be in that conniving bastard's debt to arms. A true knave, you betray even yourself, Severin. Oh. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacement. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are there who betray the serpent reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone a soul, that it may wake to life. You're strong, but are you strong enough to withstand this? That the golem could be vanquished. That man is no ordinary adventurer. Oh, he's gone. Spooky. He's so scary. Sigh, the snake slithered away again. I'm only glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Limson Lominson factions. Then who do they serve? The Beast Tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahagan and Kobold activity. Something afoot is afoot. The question is what? Could it be the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 help us if it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone two. But all is yet speculation. I must need find evidence. The sea continued to rise. while the lesser moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louisoix foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time may be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did I forget... Never did the creed of Charlotte ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see Aether, yet now that I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of the Charlian seem commonplace. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today the Maelstrom officially makes the great hole in the sea its training ground. Join in the celebration. Wait, a disturbance in the aether flow. But whence did it emanate? Seasong Grotto, perhaps? What have we here? Can you walk? "'Tis I, regrettably no. He eluded me. Understood. I will come to the Commodore." You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Severin here has apprised me of all that has transpired. His account sheds some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. A golem is a mindless automaton, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not have hoped to control such a thing, so arcane are in working. But then these tattooed wrenches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahagan. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stalwart will be wondering what have become of him. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray pay the man the visit. Ah, he told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Y'shtola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the aether in the hopes that it might offer up some clue to our predicament. I say I owe you my life, but that don't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms, and I'll face the consequences. For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem, forgive me, mayhaps we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshaled my thoughts. Until our paths next cross, farewell. I knew you'd return. Y'shtola delivered Severin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too, the lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It is me to blame for that and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. A thrall to the Sahagin? 7 hells. Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they are not but fishback flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, and but there's things we won't do. We've got a code. But see, the Reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Laminsons. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Sahaga master. I knew I'd had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home. Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long, and word soon spread, all the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death. But the Reavers offered me a way out, my freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear them talk about how you stood up to the Reavers at last. Of how you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that I do. That's why I'm going to hand over myself to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There will always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And I'll always be in your deck, Stalrin. I owe you a debt too, Da Vinci. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of my farm. If I could ask you one more favor, it'd be this. Tell Butterin what happened from start to finish. I'm certain he put a good word for Severin if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know the Yellow Jack will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I can possibly ask of you. Safe travels, son. God, I forgot that Summerford is like a whole ass arc. Bloody hells, life on the farm ain't quite how I pictured it. But, but you needn't worry yourself over young Severin. The Yellow Jackets oh my god. The Yellow Jacket hands out the punishments is a good old mate of mine. If I'm nice to him, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from England to Neil Holland. Kind gent that he is. I'm only gentle with ye. I'll see ye's treated fair. Now it sounds to me like you've done everything old Starwood asked of ye and more, justifying me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lad. As for reward, well, she's a lonely lady. This drowning wench is mine. I'd fancy you keeping you a free spell, the free room and board. Veterans a trying business after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly as so much fun when your nurse is unshot his arm. Got it? Good. There'll always be free bed for you here, so make use of it. Oh, fuck. Our guild draws all manner of clients, offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folks will pay avoiding doing honest day's labor. Give good Timockery a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gills. She'll always have a task in order to offer you. What the guild leaves. And it's all above board, in case you're wondering. We're careful to stay on the Admiral's right side near, unlike some pirates I could mention. I tell you, if it turns out they'd had aught to do with the kidnapping, sure, there'll be 7 hells to pay. A proper bleeding reckoning. Mayhaps that's what Limson needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to right it. But we'll have time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. Recommendations, cool. How do you fare, Da Vinci? Rested and ready for the expanse of your horizons? Well, I've got an idea you might be trying to... Have you heard of the skylift out in the middle of La Nocia? If you ever visited Woad Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down the thing at least once. It's the big bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff and up the cliff face. Hard labor that, and I hear they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs when no other bugger had time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, bloke by the name of Wickerit, and he'll be sure to put work on a task or two. I swear to God, there's so much English. There's so much reading. I'm going to lose my mind. Well, it's already gone. That man's still sitting up there. I'm bored. To sleep with thee. Battering sent you out here, did he? Then consider yourself welcome to the skylift. Look at the bloody cliff, will you? One blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through though, so this mess of wood and pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. If the gods were kind, and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen more workers handling me growing list of headaches. Glad to see you again, lad. A wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity which sprang out from a millicorn seedling in his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side afore turning tail and running for his life. I need ye to head down the road, recovering that seedling, and deliver it to Lulith over at Swift Purse in western Lenosia. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant, and ye deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an aetheryte at Swiftford, so journeying should be worth your while. We haven't gotten to Lower Lenoskia, have we? That's not that way. Yeah, we have certainly not really gone down that way. Oh. Oh, I learned Resurrection. I can now res people. Let's go. I'm almost a healer. I only have 18 more levels to go. No. Has Nimia herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of milk corn, I at least expected the seedlings to be delivered before the disaster struck. Is this my millicord seedling? O joyous day, it may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this very particular variety of crop is nothing more short of astounding. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swiftpert lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus I mean a restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You see, seem fit to burst of vim. You, sir, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? Elemental. And we're back. It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ships sailing in the bay. I would march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty bound to remain at my post. I would consider it a favor if you could kindly visit to the Brewer Beacon and see if aught had befallen Conswiz, the housekeeper. You say Yellow Jacket sent you here. AME lights grown dim has it. Well, of course it really has. The bomb which fuels me furnace has up and buggered off. You see, if I don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just the messenger lad, but I can't tell a venturer. I can tell a venturer when I see one. I'm going to need you to chase down that bomb and bring it back a claw what ye ripped from its smoldering corpse. Take this here iron brazier and set her down in the middle of the flock somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. Ye get a nice fire going, that frisky bomb will shoot sure soon about show up. Watch ye's don't singe your eyebrows, lad. Ow. Ow. Ye got the ashy bastard, did you? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. I had myself a bit of a look while you were gone, and Limlane cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broke. Small wonder that bloody bomb was able to escape. I patched things up as best I could, but I ain't no Smitty. You might want to have a chat with the yellow jacket friend of yours in Swiftbridge and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. The furnace is damaged, it is. Very well. I shall write up the relevant reports, but these damages must need be effected without delay. It seems I have another favor to ask of you, adventurer. Take yourself straight away to the Armorers Guild, and Limsa Limensa had explained the situation to Forward Master Hanaza. The furnace in the brewer beacon needs repairs. Byra got spears. I just sent someone out to tinker with it. Not a week passed. Mayhaps the bomb Ken Swiss had trapped in there was a touch too volatile. I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. Your work is done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journeys. What say you to taking on some work from Nalk and Vamelis? We've got a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your task, I want you to run this missive over to Brim, the head shipwright at the Moraby dry docks. We forge most of the ship bits pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of the Lower Nalestia. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Nalak and Vameli. The Moraby's dry docks is one of Limsa Lamentis' most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's aetheryte. If you've no confidence in your sense of directions, you'd best be served making use of the Chocobo first floor of Mizumi's Cathedral wandering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. Oh, I did go out this door. Lucid dreaming next level. I get some topaz level after. Bum on a journey we do ride. I want to fill the silence of this, but there's not really much to fill the silence with, other than just like, ooh, look at the night sky. It's so pretty. Perhaps I will get better at it with time. But as of right now, it is just a lot of walking to and from everywhere. Here are... You were something. You have a missive for me from Forge Measure Hanaza. I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of the materials I ordered over Moon Past. Let's see it then. Blasted and botheration, another delay. I am well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. Sigh. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Da Vinci, is it? Well, Da Vinci, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It is the symbol of Limsa Lominsa's rebirth from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the 7th Umbral Era. Thus, we are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going as far to hire several veteran shipwrights from outside the Tholocracy. Yet, even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Be you fair warned, there is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. Where in the 7 hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Frilsmid, recently left Candlekeep Quay to receive several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa Lominsa, but has yet to return. I have sent several missives to Haldbarada, but his replies are always the same. He does not ever recall seeing the right nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. That man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Haldbarada that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he's transferred back to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Did he lose the jackal? Eh? Does that self-righteous dog, Albright, doubt that I've never told him anything less than the truth? Turtleback Island, he cannot do that. Can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, Navigator rest her soul, I know not of this Frilsmid nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the quay have never have had enough trouble these past few suns, what with the sinking of that limited cargo ship off the Salt Strand. I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders in off the grip. Now, the way I see it, if you have the time to be standing here questioning my character, then you We'll certainly have time to get your arse of yours down to the Salt Strand to help us search for survivors of that wreck. Who knows, you may just run across this Phil Smith everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the Navigator hasn't found him first. I'm Frills Mid. You say the foreman's wondering on me whereabouts. I thought he might, but you must know something. I cannot show me my face at Dreadnoughts until I've righted the terrible wrong I've caused. 2 nights passed. I made the trip from the Dreadnoughts to Candlekeep Quay, just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs, so I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By that time we was halfway twixt the shore and ship. The swells had risen nigh on 10 yalms, and 'twas long afore the waves had hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too strong, and we was flung headlong into the Limson galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the salt strand. Eyes made every effort to salvage, but the sands are crawling with Kakirin, and ain't one with a sword, and now ye see why I cannot return to the Dreadnoughts. That night I was tossed to the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long afore the world rounded me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. But lo, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the seven hells. I woke to find myself washed ashore, and here I has been ever since, waiting for the chance to salvage me master's cargo. The missing parts, I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but I must first stop by the quay so that I might pay my respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could you tell Oprim that I'll be back at the dry docks by daybreak? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. Relieved to hear that both Frilsmid and the spies are unharmed, though it was foolish of him to believe that I would blame him for that, which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day. The seas here adjacent to the The Dreadnoughts were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the troubles the ship encountered of Candlekeep Quay was a less of a natural sort, and sort which to Hagen have been known to conjure. Deminki, while I originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself to be an asset to Naldig I'm assuming that's Naldek and Vamils. I still do not like you. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Gimthada, head of the watch over here at the Dry Docks, believes that the pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all the Limson Luminsic endured before, following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who would turn their back on the city-states so they might line their pockets with a few handful of coin, the thought just sickens me. Yes, I had a feeling you would be the one Brim sent since you first arrived here at the Morbi Drive. I have had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to be angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It is simply protocol. You'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. That man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well. Then I assume Oprim informs you of what your task would entail. The pirates, which believe are conspiring to raid the dry docks, were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men posing at a lost venture and see you cannot somehow learn of their intentions. Kinango, stationed at the rear gates, can provide you with the exact location of the camp. Da Vinci. Ha ha, I knew it. No more sardines for Kanango tonight. I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some of the other guards on who Oprim would recommend for my next job. My money was on you. Yes, of course. If you follow the road past the gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to a barren cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say that the holy place is dedicated to Nemea the Spinner. I'd be surprised the pirates camped up there were aware of that, though. I'm giving you to the count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your adventuring ass back down to whatever rock it is you crawled out from under. You see, I've added up to ears with your type. Roaming the ills like they was ears to roam is getting to be that a man cannot enjoy a mug of rum without some shit breath outlander running up asking which is the way to the local levy mitt. 7 L's if I know I'm a bloody pirate, goddamn. Those balls, once we have my boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pissle of an island so far behind me, ain't no one will remember I was ever here. Come on, Scrags, we've got knives to sharpen. Damn, I was just lost, bro. Chill. You angry pirate's dream. I just noticed the quest name. So the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they are indeed planning something, but what is this talk of getting me boy back? Could it be that their target was never the victory? Something is not right. I won't sit by idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help. It appears we were wise to put our trust in you. Oh, I don't get Topaz. Okay, I'm just gonna get it for the actual, like, level up stuff. I'm concerned, Davinci. It appears that the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. They creep ever closer to the dry dock, so I must assume they mean to aught the victory herself. That ship is the symbol of everything Limsa Lominsa strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plan into motion, and you, Davinci, are just the man to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the dry dock cannot be guaranteed. Now, moments ago, my guard submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of them count firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Earlswith at the front gate or Kanago at the back. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation will be interrogated, report any and all findings directly to me. Hail, adventurer, glad to have another hand aboard to help us shore up security. The gods know our reports would sit on Gimthoda's desk, gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports, though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near the empty heart. I'd take a closer look before he has the chance to cover his tracks. Ah, spotted me, did you? Well, you're too late. What's about to happen is already happening. Can I get down there another way? Oh, fuck, I'm not going there. So you found me one of those pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid. But what could these knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening. Captain, trouble at the shipyard, pant. Easy now, shoulder. Who did this to you? Pirates, out of nowhere. Struck me good. Gods below, we were not prepared for this. The pirates, soldiers, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could count quickly. Could count. Seems to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there's no time to lose. Davinci, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will see to this man's wounds, then follow after. Make haste, now. Oh, not that way. Yes. This way? Gah ha ha ha. Never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. Duh, what are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This'll be over soon, and all that's left now is to blow up this ugly pile of driftwood back into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what it makes it the sweetest. It all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me, treacherous backstabbing son. Imagine a boy of mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright, and bleeding a bloody maelstrom vessel at that. What under Limland's wide great green ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, da. Don't you see, the pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. Ah, I wonder why Ibram never spoke of his father. I never would have thought. This ship's a symbol, alright, of everything what went wrong with the world, and I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. Grimthada, Da Vinci, pray to beat the tar out of this bloated sea slug and make sure no harm comes to the Victory. I just do too much damage, goddamn. I must be getting old, letting some green venture get the best of me. Duh. That's one big bloody ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did you? My thanks, Da Vinci. I shudder to think what might have become of the Victory if without your intervention. Sigh, the pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get to sorting out the docks. And my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down? Pray convey my thanks and apologies to Grimthada. How fare you, Da Vinci? I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa Lominsa from a violent demise. The day was yours. It seems our security regimen will require much in the way of improvement if we are truly to keep the dry dock safe. Oprim apologizes. Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was hardest on him. But in time, I believe he will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the victory completed and in the water. And by the by, the Defiers were defeated and handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Raynor's men will be taking over the Vindication. Before the Yellow Jacket move in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have the spare time, I would ask you another favor. Da Vinci, in light of your role in recent events, there are a few others whom I would entrust as a task. Since I last spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of Otsapfin, the pirate behind the plot to sabotage the victory. The missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of code. Needless to say, anything which a proven enemy to Lominsa deems worthy of enciphering is likely to be of great influence to the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none among us can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I've told the Yellow Jackets won't turn to Baderon and his convenient connections. Thus, I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the drowning wench into his hand and no other. Do you understand? That's not what to do. Ahoy there, Da Vinci. I've been hearing about your deeds at the dry docks. Oprim laid out the entire tale for me. Poor Sod was still reeling at his old man's part in the business, but at least he kept the victory from being sunk before she sailed. And for that, I owe you me thanks. You've really made a name for yourself here in Limsa, lad. Folks know that when they need something done. You need something doing? And what might that be? You wanted someone to read a missive writ in funny letters for you? Grim thought I might know a man that could. Well, let me see it then. I reckon I might know a keeny bugger what can read the stuff like this ugly sod by the name of Baderon. You know, you're like one of me regulars now, Da Vinci. You've never let me down, and the navigator helped me. I reckon I can trust you. Grimthada was right to want this message deciphered. We've got us some trouble brewing here, and no mistake. Get ready for action, and I'll explain. Good to have you aboard, lad. Now, where do we start? Back when I was younger and nastier, I earned a living as a sellsword. In that business, if you wanted to know what your enemy was up to, you'd had to learn to read the orders you prized from the cold dead ends of his mates. And that's how I came to know how to read your message. Truth be told, the script was only too bloody familiar. Them Sahagan letters, lad, and I should know. I've gutted more fishback messengers than I can count. It gets worse, though. The plan is to blow up the victory is all here, right down to the fine details. Looks like they meant to raise 8 kinds of elves in western Lenosia, and it then hit the Maelstrom new flagship in the confusion. The point being, the attack on the Victory wasn't the act of a few rebellious pirates. It was a key part of some canny bastard's grand plan. But if I'm reading this right, the attack itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw you was onto them and rushed in to do the job and buggered it up. Them tattooed-faced bastard, as they say, was paying Oprim old man there with the Serpent Reavers, right? But none of their crew was there, was they? Did they have something better to do, or what? Oh, it's the twins in the background. 7 L's. I've got it backwards. That mess at the Victory, that was meant to be the bloody distraction. The Fishbacks ain't interested in the Maelstrom's baby. They're after men, just like they've always been. They're sending their pirate lackeys after civilian target. This bit about raising L in the Western Lenocio, that's where it'll be at. Summit tells me Swiftperch is about to get it, and get it hard. Here's a rough translation of the message. Take it to Commodore Rena at the Coral Tower and tell him if he's busy. Tell me he's in for a busy day. Oh, and give him and a hand. Ye can be damn sure you'll need one. Can he just not pronounce ease? Brother, please pronounce your e's, because it's confusing me. Yes, I am Rainer. You must be the adventurer whose name seems to be on everyone's lips. You are to be commended for your part in thwarting the plot to destroy the Victory. Now what can I do for you this day? You bear an urgent message from Butteren. Why do I get the feeling that my hopes for a quiet morning are about to be cruelly dashed? Tell me what's afoot. An assault on Swiftperch, but we've seen nothing to suggest the Serpent Reefers are massing for an attack. Even so, it would be foolish to discount the possibility. Barton is really wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. While I concur with Barton's assessment that the attack on the dry docks was intended to be a diversion, Swiftperch is but one of the several possible targets for the the attack thrust. Commander, report. It's the Sagan herd. They've mounted a large-scale assault on the South Tide Gate and are threatening to overwhelm our defenses within the day. The garrison requests immediate enforcements. By the Navigator, it seems my decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give the order to march. Aye, the Serpent Reavers are in league with the Sahagan, which means there is every chance this assault on Tygate may yet prove to be another feint. The fact remains, however, that we can ill afford to ignore it. That leaves Swiftperch vulnerable to those pirate traders. It is at times such as these I wish the warriors of light yet still walked among us, but wish will avail us not. Sullen Star, you must serve in their absence. Make for Swiftperch with all haste and lend your strength to the squads. I can spare for settlement's defense. Commodore Rayner sent word we'd be getting reinforcement, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly look like you've seen your share of action, though. You bear little resemblance to the wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. Oh, it's him! In any case, do you know what you're fighting for here? This place, Swift Perch, it was rebuilt by folks who stood strong in the face of every hardship the calamity threw their way. And we're not about to let some fish fancying scum claim the honor being the bloody who finally broke their spines. Don't give those pirate bastards one bloody ilm, you hear me? Here they come! Here now, I thought all them yellow jacket worms was meant to be busy. That useless scrag ain't following the plan, has he? Now what? Pull back and wait for us, Sahagin brothers? Piss on that. We ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk, or it'll be your blood that stains Lord Leviathan's altars. The yellow bellies you can butcher at will. Them dirt-eating slugs be crushed under the full might of the serpent reavers. Seems Swift Perch was the main target after all. Squads 1 and 2, protect the townsfolk. Squads 3, you're our rear guard. The rest of you, we meet their charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore word of our victory, or no word at all. For Limsa Laminza! I'll gut all you yelly bellies and dance on your gizzards. I level up. That fight was way harder than I expected it to be. I got really close. Well fought. The Reavers were beaten and scattered. I'll take some men and hunt down the scragglers. Oh, but there may be more of them lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. The source of his strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not best me. I don't know what the second half was, but it was I'm pretty sure it was something along those lines. O mournful voice of creation, sent unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I might smite my enemies. Oh. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. I don't know what mass that is. I don't think this is. Stola! They are known to bring chaos, or Asians. They are known as bringers of chaos, to give them more of a proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. Seems our suspicions correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Pardon? You would know if we Charlians have encountered Asians before. I have never spoken to you of my homeland. How would you know whence I hail? Wait, I do begin to see. You have been blessed with a special gift. Are you alright, lad? If I'd known a mean bugger like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have left a squad or 6 to keep you company. Well, at least now we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those reavers were the ones spiriting folks away in the dead of the night, and this bastard here was pulling all the strings. A trifle simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never thought to find such a scene of carnage, yet we prevailed, and thanks to your heroic actions, I have learned much. Heroic is the word. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't been here, friend. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Ishtola. Please give our regards to the Scions. I'm glad to have played a role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbance, a spat of obstructions. I don't know. The thread of your fate forms a part of the most intriguing tapestry. Mayhaps will afford the chance to speak more in the near future. For now, you must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Pray send my greetings to Commodore Rayner. I'm gonna take a quick detour, grab both these aetherites. Stolen Star, I've eagerly awaited your return. Word of your exploits is already spreading through the ranks. My troops and I owe you a great debt of gratitude for your timely assistance. You have shown yourself to be possessed of a sure arm, a strong spirit, and sound judgment. Would that Limsa Lominsa had more of your like. I have little doubt that you shall one day join the ranks of Eorzea's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. Clearly, Baderon's eye for potential remains as sharp as ever, though I doubt even he could imagine you were capable of such feats. Might you favor me with your own account of today's events? Such victories bear retelling. Y'shtola has been working with us for quite some time, you see, and she was only too willing to assist the Yellow Jackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Limsa Lominsa once again. Needless to say, after your part in thwarting the attempted sabotage of the victory and the small matter of your deeds at Swiftbirch, you too have proven yourself a valued friend to the philocracy. Philocracy, yeah. Admiral. Oh. I present to you Admiral Bluffswin.
So, this is the adventurer I've been reading about in the field reports. I am Melve Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa. On behalf of my people, I bid you thanks for the deeds you have done this day. A token of our gratitude. What worth is high regard without just reward, after all? Ha! Since you first set foot in our city, my good friend Baderon and Commodore Rayner have taken turns at regaling me with tales of your exploits. Safe to say, they left an impression. Join me at the coming banquet. A seat of honor at the celebratory feast is the least I can offer the man who foiled the Sahagin.
Oh! A seat at the feast!
Oh, and don't be late. Your fellow guests will be eager to take the measure of their newest hero, and some do not take kindly to being kept waiting. Till then, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
Alright, I think that is a good place to end for today. So, until next time, we shall continue our revisit to Final Fantasy XIV.